What do we want?
Jobs!
When do we want them?
Now!
What do we want?
Jobs!
When do we want them?
Why is it that Governor Walker thinks the only ones that shouldn't have an agreement that spells out the terms and conditions and the compensation in exchange for the work provided is the workers in the state of Wisconsin? It doesn't work in Wisconsin, it doesn't work here, it shouldn't work anywhere. Workers deserve collective bargaining rights.
The state of Oregon will not go down the road that Wisconsin has chosen. You have a governor who believes in the right of working people to organize and form a union.
Amen.
You have a governor who believes in the union movement and believes in collective bargaining. The labor movement created the middle class in the last century, and it is absolutely essential to drive per capita incomes back up in our new century. My first act as governor was to launch a number of short-term job creation initiatives, and I can tell you we made good progress on all of them. We've created 6,500 new jobs already this year. Together, we can certainly move this state forward. I pledge to stand by you in protecting the union movement, protecting our collective bargaining process. I want you to stand with me to revamp our healthcare system, and together we can create a state for our children that we can be proud of. Thank you.
Today we are here to tell our legislators to get busy with getting Oregon back to work. Oregon jobs are priority one. And I'm talking about family wage jobs with benefits and health insurance. I'm talking about union jobs. We know what works. Solidarity works. Many speaking with one voice are heard. In the past few weeks, there have been rallies all over the country, large and small, supporting public workers in Wisconsin in the fight of our lives as well as theirs. In solidarity, we need to get to our brothers and sisters in the building trades back to work. The economy has hurt all sectors, but some have been hit harder than others. We are one. We're the community, we're the taxpayers, and we are the voters. Today is our voice. Today is our day. Let our voice be heard now.
Investment in education equals job creation. Education is the key to a healthy economy. Education is the key to a professional, skilled workforce. Our schools, community colleges, universities, and apprenticeship programs are developing the workers of today and tomorrow. Mr. Governor, legislators, let's invest in education and jobs.
So this is about every working person in Oregon, and it is about having good jobs for every family in Oregon. And I think that Oregonians are with us, Americans are with us, that if you've been in a union or you've never even had a chance to be in a union, you have a right to a quality of life that isn't dependent on somebody using you as a pawn, but is dependent on good public policy, good budgeting decisions that preserve the public education that every one of us grew up with, that every one of our children needs to be successful. We are with you. We will not let workers be used. We will not give up without everything we can do to put people back to work in this state and to make sure that we preserve the quality of life for every working family. I want you to know that I've got your back. We can't set any type of precedent by allowing balancing the state budget on the backs of the middle class. Our frontline workers, our struggling workers, and the unemployed who depend on vital services and capable state employees to help them navigate this system.
That's right.
Using this moment to attack working people is no solution. If we are not willing to stand up for the rights that many times are subliminally being taken away by not raising your voice for yourself, if not for you, do it for your children and your grandchildren. They are the future generations that have to keep carrying this on.
In Oregon, know that we are proud to live in a state where workers and employers both have an equal seat at the bargaining table, and both sides work together to solve the challenges we face. So Democrats in the legislature, House and Senate are standing firmly with you. We need to stand together to stand up for the progress we've made in transportation and healthcare and worker freedom over the last 4 years, to stand and defend and protect those gains, and to continue focusing on moving Oregon not left or right, because I know you all have one direction you want to move Oregon, and that is forward. Thanks for your opportunity to be here.
While I'm working now, I fear that it will only be temporary if we do not get a strong commitment from our legislators to pass bills that will kickstart this economy by getting people back to work and by ensuring that those jobs are family wage union jobs. Construction can be an economic driver and a job creator in times like these, which means that we need to move now on the high performance schools legislation that would weatherize and energy retrofit public schools all over Oregon. We must support those who are out of work, and we must work like hell to implement policies at the state and federal level to create jobs for them so that they can return to work and start to help sustain our economy.
Jobs and the environment go hand in hand. Family wage union jobs are the foundation of a good economy. Together, we can make Oregon the kind of state we want to be. A state with a vibrant economy that promotes a strong middle-class workforce and a healthy environment. That's why Oregon Environmental Council and the environmental movement stands in solidarity with you today and with workers around Oregon for living wage jobs and a sustainable economy. We are one! We are one! Thank you!
We have to support our manufacturing and agricultural jobs in the state. If we don't, we're left with jobs that don't have the same impact on the economy. Manufacturing could produce as many as 8 times the number of jobs in the community. How many jobs in the community does a bank support? What, a paper supplier? We had not much more, really. If you think about it, we have to support through policies, through our government, policies that protect and promote jobs that create more jobs in our community. We can't allow these jobs to leave the country.
We are in there fighting hard for you every day, and it is great to see all of you out here to support the work that we're doing to create good jobs for Oregonians. Now, you know that times are tough in the legislature. You know that we have our budget challenges worked out for us, and that's why the plan that we've created combines existing programs, makes them work better in concert, and uses our dollars efficiently so we can maximize the dollars that we have to make sure that they're going to fund critical, vital public services. We've seen from the legislation that we passed last session, the Energy Efficiency and Sustainable Technology Act, that's already creating jobs across Oregon, that when you have good standards in the jobs that you create, it means a job well done and a job done right the first time, every time. And that's the kind of confidence that we need. That's the kind of work that union labor can get done. That's the kind of jobs that we're going to create in Oregon. And with your help, we're going to get there. We're going to get a good bill that puts Oregonians back to work and supports our teachers and supports our students.
If you give me a fish, you have fed me for a day. If you teach me to fish, then you have fed me until the river is contaminated or the shoreline ceased for development.
But if you teach me to organize, then whatever the challenge, I can join together with my peers and we will fashion our own solution. And that's what Senate Memorial Number 1 is all about. Come on into the hearing room here. Let's put Oregon back to work.